Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Heartache from Undertale on guitar. So I'm in standard tuning, and I'm going to play the song, and then I'm going to teach you what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the first part. Goes like that. So start on the 6th fret of the E string, the low E string. And then use this finger to hit the 9th fret of the E string. You can use your pinky, but I just think it's more comfortable to use this finger. So like that. Then you want to go, once you're at the 9th fret, go to the 8th fret, and then back up to the 9th fret on the same string, and then go back to the 6th fret. So, like that. Like that. Then the next one is, so for this one, 6th fret on the E string, and then work your way up, 8th fret on the E string and 9th fret on the E string, like that. And then you have a jump down to 6th fret on the D string, like that. And then hit the 8th fret on the A string. So that goes right after the verse one, so just like that. And then you just do that 4 times. Or sorry, 3 times. You do it 3 times. And then this little part. Like that. Okay, so 6th fret on the A string. Then use your pinky to hit 10th fret on the D string. Then you have 8th fret and 6th fret on the D string. And starting from the 6th fret on the D string, you have this little thing. And it's just 6th fret on the D string, what's that, 9th fret on the A string, and then 8th fret on the A string. Like that. And then you hit this note. And that is the 6th fret on the D string. Like that. Then after that, you go back into this part. Okay, so what we have so far is this thing 3 times. Then go back into it. do that 3 more times. Then you do this again. And it's the same thing. And then the second time you do that, it goes into the chorus thing, which sounds like this. That thing. So right off this part, you're going to want to hit the 8th fret on the D string, like that, and hold that for a while, and then you have, so that would be 8th fret on the A string, then you have 6/8 on the D string, go up to the 6th fret on the G string, then you have, like that, which is 8, 6 to 5 on the D string. Go back up to the 6th fret. So, then you have a slide up to the 8th fret on the D string, and you hold that note. Okay, so that little part is so. Okay, that's the first part. Okay, so for the beginning of part 2, I'm going to go back into that original riff. So do that 3 more times, and then do this again. Just that same thing we did in part 1. So again, do this 3 times. Then you're going to want to go back into it and do it 2 times this time. Right, 2 times. Then you have this run. Okay, so the way I do this, I think this is the easiest way to do it for me. So it goes like this. That's the first part. So you have 6 on the E string to 8 and 9 on the E string. Then you have 6 to 8 on the A string. And I think pick all these. Yeah. So like that. Then you have a slide when you get to 8. Slide up to 11 on the A string. Like that. Then you have so on the D string, it's 11 to 10. And then you have, so 11, 10 on the D string, then you have 11 on the A string and 13 on the E string. Like that. Then finally you have a slide from 9 to 8 on the E string. Like that, so the whole thing. Okay, so here's the third part. We just came out of that run. So we're on this note. So you want to hit the 11th fret on the E string, just like that, and then that'll take you back into this. So yeah, again, hit the 11th fret on the E string, then you have 10 on the D string, then 8 on the D string, and then you have, is this kind of the same thing as before? You might recognize this. 6 on the D string, 9, 8 on the A string. Then you have 6 and back to 8 on the D string. So coming out of that run. Alright, so a lot of this we already did. We already did that part. It's just the same thing again. So, right, you go back here. And after that part, I'll play the whole thing real quick. Right, so that's the next part we go into. Okay, so this part is 8 on the A string, 8 on the D string, 6 on the G string, like that. Oh, my bad. And slide up from 8 to 10 on the G string. Just like that. Okay. Then you have... So that is just on the G string, 6, 8, 10. Back to 8. Like that. Then that would be 6, 8 really quick, and down to 7, or sorry, down to 5. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like that. Then you have 6, 8 on the D string. You can do a slide there. So. Yeah, I think it sounds cool if we do this little part an octave higher. So you have 9 on the E string, 11 on the E string, and up to 13 on the E string. It's very similar to this, it's just an octave higher. Do a slide there. So 9, 11, 13, back to 11. Then you have 9, 11, yeah, 8. Jeez. And then you have 9 on the B string this time, and then slide down to 6 on the B string. So that's just kind of a little part in between the main parts. And then it just does the normal one again. This one. It's just literally the exact same thing we just did. And then you hold out this note for a while. And we wait for the next part. Okay, so this next part, after that chorus type deal, goes like that. This is pretty similar to the beginning, but it's a little bit different. So it starts on the 7th fret on the E string, and go up to the 11th fret on the E string, like that. Once you're there, do 9th fret back to 11th fret, and then back to 7th fret on the same string, like that. Okay. And here's the next one. This one's pretty tricky. So 7, 9, 11 on the E string. And then you have 9th fret on the D string to 9th fret on the A string. Like that. Okay, so you do that twice. And you have... Okay, so slide up to the 13th fret of the G string, hit it twice, like that. Hit the 12th fret of the G string 3 times, so, like that. Slide back up to the 13th fret, this time hit it 3 times, like that, and then you have, that's going to be 12th fret on the G string to 10th fret to the 13th fret of the D string and back to the 10th fret of the G string. Like that, so all together. Alright, and you wait a bit and then it comes back. This time you don't finish it, you just want to go. Okay, so hit the 13th fret twice, slide up to it and hit again. So then hit the 12th fret 3 times, then go immediately into. That's something we've done a lot so far. It's just start on the 6th fret of the A string. We've done this part a lot, so do that, and you're gonna end up on the 8th fret of the D string, like that. And when you get here, so once you get to the 8th fret of the D string, go to the 9th fret of the D string, like that. Then you have 8, 6, 8 on the G string. Oh, so yeah. Slide up to the 10th fret of the G string, like that. And now you have. So that would be 8th fret of the G string. Then you have 11, 10, 8 on the G string. Back to the 10th fret. So like that. And then you have. Yeah, okay, so right after this part, now you have. Like that, okay. So 11th fret on the G string, and then you have 10, 11, then off to 8 on the G string. This is all on the G string so far, so like that. Then you go back up to the 10th fret of the G string. Then you have 13th fret of the D string. Like that so far. So this whole thing. Then this next part. Okay, so you're going to want to go back up to the G string 8th fret. Then you have 10, 11, back to 8 on the D string. So, like that, and then you have, so it's going to be, and that's just 11 on the A string to 8 on the A string. And immediately once you get here, it's going to be. So this is pretty easy. It's just 8, 9, and 11 on the A string. Hit the 8th fret of the D string. Do it all again. So it's just the same thing twice, and then have a little hammer on, and then from 8 to 9 on the A string. Yeah. Then hit 8 again and hold it. Then you just do the whole thing again. So it starts back on this note, 8th fret on the D string. And it's just the exact same thing again. So you do that whole thing twice. And then after you do it twice, you're holding this note. And then do this again. And you should know that part by now. So this whole part, or I'm just going to play it one time, so I'm not going to do it twice. So if this is the second time, just go back into, and then yeah, I'll do the next part and have it its own separate part. So yeah, that's this whole part. Alright, so this last part, it shouldn't even really be its own part, but there's one thing that changes that I want to go through. So it's just the chorus again. I'm calling it the chorus. We already did this. So you come in from, right, and then etc. You know, it's the same thing. The only thing that changes is the very last time you do that, you want to do it twice. So about in the middle of the chorus when you're doing this part, Coming out of that. See, in the first chorus you only do that once, but in this one you want to double it, so just do it again. So and that's the end of the song. It just repeats after that. So yeah, thanks for watching.